Wait a sec. Yeah, thanks, Ron. Exactly what I wanted. That one was fun, but I feel like it's time for a new project. Field number 12 is an adequate size to work with. It's considerably bigger than most of the fields I already have, plus it's a fairly even geometric shape, which should help me keep things uniform. Because as demonstrated, I've been having a little bit of a struggle with that. Now the only question is, what do we do with it? By now, it should be fairly obvious that I don't really want to actually put in any of the effort required to farm anything myself. Which is why I intend to hire helpers for every possible thing, and I have no intention of making it easy for them whatsoever. Which is why I'm thinking something like an elevated maze, just to see if they can navigate without falling in the multiple murder holes. The first one over there worked out pretty well, so I can't wait to see how they handle these ones. The hardest part of this, believe it or not, is getting the camera to behave. Once you get it in a spot you like it, don't move it, otherwise it's a nightmare to get it back. Once it's at a decent spot, it's actually not that hard to build a maze. And no, I haven't given any thought on how they're going to get up here yet, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And in case you're wondering just how wide I'm making these little paths, it's looking like a little bit wider than a 2-lane road, which is probably adequate, but I have no idea. And that's kind of just the point. But on the off chance that this side of the field is too easy, I'm going to make this corner a little bit more challenging. I think we're going to make it just one notch narrower and make it a lot more spaced out. To be honest, I think this one is actually going to go a lot better than my other farms so far. But there's really only going to be one way to find out for sure. First of all, I need to figure out how I'm going to get up there. You might notice I didn't make it at max height for once. That's going to make access a little bit easier, and most importantly, a little bit quicker. My understanding is that since it's only a dirt road over here dividing the fields, I can actually combine them all if I want to, so I should be able to landscape a ramp, say from right here up to right there without problem. I can even go through the power line as I did over there. I didn't know you could look at the landscape on the map. That's going to make it easier for the farmhands. They're going to know how to get out. But I think we're going to buy farm number 11 right here. What's another 192,000 gold? We're already into this for almost 200 million. You know, this is going so well, this might actually be the first farm I see through to the end and actually make some money off of. And I think we're going to call that good enough overall. We start there, we work our way up, and then we come up this part of the ramp, and then the maze starts. It's mostly going to be pretty challenging, but that's mostly going to be the farmhand's problem. Now we just need a vehicle to test it with, and that truck's out of commission. I don't want to use this tractor, so we'll go with something else. Since this tractor is probably the closest, we're just going to use it. And it's nice and wide, so that should be fun on the maze. It does turn in the middle of itself, so it should actually be good at navigating the maze itself. Yep, this is probably the best ramp I've ever made. I didn't even smoothen it out when I was done. And this confirms there's no problem getting up the ramp. Because as you can tell, it's a little bit tight for such a wide tractor. Now, if you're pulling any equipment behind you, it's going to get even harder. Luckily, some of these you can just kind of navigate right over top of, like they're not even there. I think the key to farming this farm is going to be these articulating tractors. Honestly, overall, it's not too bad. I probably made it a little bit wider than I had to, but this also isn't a challenging side of the farm. I think this is going to be my favorite field to farm so far. I'm just having a lot of fun even driving around it, so plowing it won't be so bad for once. Well, that's a new one. We'll just go ahead and reset that one. We'll bring it home. I think this little subsoiler thing is actually going to be the best case for this, so I'm going to drive it down to the bottom and pick it up with my good tractor. Not going to go too quickly because it gets really squirrely really fast. Alright, I think we got it. Only going off it at about 50, but as long as I can grab that subsoiler at the bottom, we're okay. It's a little more upside down than I wanted, but I think that's going to be okay. Everything made it safely back to the farm. Let's go try and plow some stuff. Now that I have this thing all the way up here, I've just realized it's probably not the tool I was looking for. This doesn't seem to be a subsoiler or a plow, it's a cultivator. I can drag it around, but I don't think it's actually having any use right now. It's clearing the weeds apparently, so that's a start. Here we go, I got them in a nice big area, I have no idea what they're looking to do, but I'm mostly just interested to see how they navigate this mess. And they're gonna drive straight into the hole. Well, this idea is falling apart pretty quickly. I thought they'd be able to navigate at least a little bit. Helper eye is blocked by an object. I wonder what it could be. I was worried I made the paths too wide. Clearly that's not the case. I think you can give up now. Helper B, good effort though. Well, since I don't currently know where any of my plows are, probably somewhere up there, I'm just going to buy new ones. I'm going to buy new little ones to hopefully give my helper some guidance. I'm even going to start plowing this field right here where it's a nice straight stretch right at the top of the ramp. As I think my workers should at least be able to manage this at the very least. One straight, normal, flat stretch of road. Now that I'm here plowing, I feel like I probably could get away with a bigger one, so I might actually try that to save myself a bit of time. I don't know if the workers are going to be able to manage very much on this, so I'm just going to go a little bit more with this little one, give them something to maybe work with, and then go get the bigger one and try that. I've just finished plowing kind of a strip through all that area. I'm going to tuck this plow into right here and go get a bigger one, because I think I can get away with a bigger one. I'm at least going to try. Now that I look at it, I'm almost thinking way too big. I'm not overly optimistic after trying to make that corner and having the plow almost go off the edge. That's a pretty big, wide, nice corner, at least compared to what's up here in the death maze. But so far so good. I can raise the plow if it does get caught anywhere, which it's gonna, probably almost immediately. In fact, I'm gonna swing it to the left right here on this corner because I just don't think I'm gonna be able to go straight. So far, I'm actually really impressed with how well this plow is working. I think I've just lost my plow, so I'm going to go ahead and let it go and cut my losses, and we'll go get another one. I think I might need one that's a little bit smaller than that. We're going to pull it up there with this tractor, because it never hurts to have some backups of everything in my world. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should pay attention at all times and not look onto your other monitors. And things have gone from bad to worse. I'm hoping I can just land it back on the road again and pull it back up without having to reset back to the shop. Okay, we're good. I may need to bring in the bigger tractor just to get this up there. It doesn't like those corners very much, and that is actually starting to worry me. When you run into trouble, more horsepower is always the answer. Or maybe not. But don't worry, I always come with a plan. What I'm going to do is use this tractor to bump that lower edge back onto the ramp. Not a lot of room to pick up speed here, but here we go. But you could at least see how that could have worked, right? You know what, maybe we just needed to add a little more weight to the equation. No, so far it seems to be counterproductive. Yup, all going to plan. Good news, we're going back to the shop. So what did we learn from last time? Absolutely nothing. My one concern really is that rear tire way at the back of this plow. With it being way back there, as soon as it goes over the edge, it's going to cause me a problem. Even the biggest plow only has a tire in the middle, so it's not that bad to work with. But we're going to try the gnarliest corner possible just because we can. Yeah, that about confirms it. This plow isn't going to work. So we'll just kind of let this one go right there. It's now a free range plow. It can't even fall right. I hate this plow so much. What is it even holding on to? It's just hanging on the edge. Whatever, it's like a wind turbine now. We'll leave it alone. I'm actually really feeling good about this combination. It was really easy to get everything up here so far. So let's give this one a go. By the way, tracks are better than wheels for this sort of thing because you can kind of just go over the edge a little bit and the game doesn't seem to mind that much. I can even navigate areas like this. Even this ridiculous corner can be done with this combination. I'm really liking this one. I'm glad I went all the way back to get it. Well, you know what? I think we're plowed to the point where about something can start being planted, and I think I'm going to try and use helpers for that. Additionally, I've bought these two. They're essentially the same thing. One is a little bit wider than the other, but they can both plant while they're cultivating, and that sounds pretty good to me, because if they can do two things at once, great, because this is already taking a long time. Really hoping I can just hire someone to do all the work here. So the $1,000,000 question... They seem to be enjoying their work. Perfect. All right, we'll just kind of follow them for a minute and see how well they do navigating. Good. Good. So far, they're navigating straight towards the edge. Backing straight up. They might end up just doing a few straight rows and giving up. But I hope that's not the case. There's a lot of fun things out there for them to farm. Wait a sec. Yeah, thanks, Ron. Exactly what I wanted. Is he cultivating down there now? Is he making his way back up? How smart are these guys? Well, I mean, thanks, Helper G. Don't know what I'd do without you. Let's enter the mind of that idiot for a second. So he drives up to there, he's backing up, decides he doesn't want to back up anymore, turns to the left and goes like this. Right, at this point, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do this beginning strip, make my way around one corner, and then put it back in their capable hands. So this is under their control. My hands are off of everything. They seem to like their straight lines and nothing else. Not the smartest AI I've ever seen, but probably also not the worst. Oh boy, here we go again. They back up slightly and then they drive over the edge. Stop! Oh, I tried to stop them. I couldn't get it in time. Perfect. You even landed. Yeah, keep driving. You're going to get somewhere really quick. I believe in you. Helper B is blocked by an object. Let's give them a smaller cultivator with a smaller tractor. Well, at least at this rate, by the end of the day, I'll get this strip of farming actually done. Let's try it again. Helper, go. I'm getting out because I don't want to die with you. See, it's nice and small and maneuverable. They shouldn't have any problem. If they want to turn around, they can just navigate around there, go that way. Please stop. That really scared me. All right, backing up always seems to be what gets them. And I'm a little concerned. Okay, here we go. Yep. Right in the narrowest spot. Hey, look at that. It's even getting dark. Well, I'm going to make a few passes by myself just so I can get something accomplished today, and then we'll see what's next. That didn't really work. I'm going to try something that's probably a little less likely to work, but still has a pretty good chance of success. Just got to hit this with enough speed, and... wow, I missed it by that much. Alright, maybe if I detach it, I can reattach it back on land. That kind of works. Nope, no it does not. 10 minutes later, I'm doing this because I'm mad at that thing. And again, tools are just going to sit there like that. Maybe I can pull it out now. Give me that. Nope, it's gone. Alright, well, let's go get a new one of those things and try this all one more time. Everything's working out okay. You know why? Because I realized that entire time, I didn't have the cultivator turned on anyway. I wasn't actually planting any seeds. I was just cultivating things. So now I can do both, and as long as I don't drop the wheels off the edge anymore, I'll be okay. You know what? I like the red tractor better. This one seemed like a good idea, but it really wasn't. So let's just go ahead and clear this guy out of the way. I've just run out of seed in my little whatever it's called. I managed to get most of everything over there. I'm just really sad that my helpers can't do this for themselves. Because this is a lot of work, and I don't like a lot of work. Hey, look at that. I can even track the progress on my map. And here we go again. Nice and stuck. I think I'm pretty content with the amount of this I've covered so far though, so we're just gonna kind of speed up time and watch things grow. I do some good work, I really do. I really hope that's a good sign. Things are turning yellow and I'm not really sure why. Apparently, canola is a yellow flower. Who knew? Still growing. Definitely got some weeds going on in there, but you know what? That's okay, because I'm actually succeeding at farming for once. Since my canola is now ready to go, I've gotten one of these contraptions. No idea what it is or how it works, but apparently it's for canola, so I'm going to go ahead and subcontract this job out to a worker, and off he goes. This, if anything, should work. It's all one piece, no trailers required. So far so good, but it is just a straight line so far. It's always those corners and bends that seem to get them. Basically anything at all really makes them hopelessly lost. Alright, so they got as far as anyone else ever did. This was always the problem. They would just back up, and then turn and drive straight off the edge, and I just don't know why. This guy seems to be getting it so far though. He's just continually backing up. I guess he's gonna make another pass, probably move over, and harvest some more. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think he's going a little bit too far. They really like that spot for whatever reason. Yep, that's great. Definitely gotta harvest some stuff down there. Enjoy your stay. Watch out for the power lines. Guess I'll go ahead and just do this part myself as well. Which is great because look how fast I'm going. I'm gonna let the worker take over right here now that we're deep into the maze. Let's see how far they get. Realistically, they should just be able to follow the path, but they just really like their straight lines. All they would have to do is follow the canola around. That's it. And they've completed their task. Or at least that one gave up before he drove into the murder hole. So how about now? Hey, this one's actually turning a bit. Is he just straightening out though? Uh-oh. Where's he off to? Oh, this one kind of gets it. No, never mind. He's doing the same thing they all do. Great navigation skills. 6,000 canolas later. I've literally harvested that so efficiently I didn't miss a speck. Apparently, in order to sell all this, I've got to move it into a wagon and then bring it to a selling place. So we'll just take the quick way down, bring a tractor and trailer over, hopefully I don't lose the contents of this thing. As far as vehicles go to drive off the edge, this one isn't the greatest. One tractor, one trailer. Now that my harvester is back at the store and I jump into it, the canola's gone because I reset it. Apparently that makes it all disappear. So our total profit for this adventure, 0.